Yeah, no, actually, I have my Coinbase connected to it because MetaMask.
Connect it to MetaMask, and then
I
you can do
I
whatever Moose is saying. You can do just off of MetaMask,
I can do
Yeah.
that
and
because I don't for the longest time I haven't ever relied on my crypto when it comes to mines. I mean, it's always been cash. That's all I care about. I like. I'm
Well,
okay
this
with.
is how you get your cash, is what I'm
yeah,
trying to
man,
say. Because
yeah,
you got to get to that $100, right, to get the cash.
Yeah.
So it's like to get to the $100, you kind of got to pay to play if you want to get there faster.
Well,
Like,
I've already cashed out twice. That's within on the third. 2 days from now will be a year. I've cashed out. I've made 275 so far. With if I count the 50 that I've still got in my wallet
well,
on,
I
but
did
on
that's
500, 500 like 86 or whatever. I can take the screenshot and show you,
I'm
and then
fine. I
I have
believe you.
80 88 in it right now too, and
Uh-huh.
so like I'm almost there to do it again.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, like a winning strategy is just to put some money in there. If you have it, just toss it in there and just leave it and collect the tokens every single
yeah,
day, right?
yeah,
And
Mm-hmm.
then boost whatever your best post is and just boost the hell out of that, and then you'll get all these likes, and then people will remind your shit, and then if people in this little group start reminding each other's stuff, then like
Yeah.
you get a little more traction there.
See, that's what I was
It,
saying. Like we've got like right here. I mean, we start sticking together and networking. Somebody was talking about that earlier, and I'm like, you don't have to manipulate nothing. It's just a
right.
matter of freaking, if you know people and you guys are returning the favors.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like and remind your shit. You do the same for me, and then I do the same. That's what it's all about. It's
that's
not
what the community's about, right? I mean,
right.
that's what community's about. It's not manipulation, and as long as you do, like, you comment every once in a while, you say something like, hey,
Yeah.
or quote the post or whatever, and then you just take the post over to your page.
Mm-hmm.
But like, really, that we can do that. But dude, I put a contest on for my Freedom Gardening channel, or my group. There's over 700 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
An entire month went by, and I got two entries. I gave away 175 tokens for two entries.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
It's those private things. I did the private thing. I've got freaking house party. I got freaking my milf stepmom for the game. I've got freaking the Adventures of Macaco on there, and this is like animated porn, dude. You know what I'm saying? For private, for anybody who wants it, and nobody freaking wants. I've got one person who actually did it, and this is after a month and a half. Okay, I turned around and I did this censored version for House Party, and people are liking that, but they don't want anything to do with freaking the private stuff. And I've told them over and over again, you can't give this stuff away, man. You know what I mean? They don't want it.
Sorry.
And like
Do you have any
comments.
subscriptions on your channel, Moose?
No, no, dude, not one person, bro. Not one person. I even tried to put up like, I wanted to teach people how to do Mid Journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to teach people how to do the AI art. I wanted to give them everything. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can.
Sorry, my headphones was like, it was cutting back. So I wanted to teach everybody like how to do that, right? And I put a $20 price tag on it, because if you actually, if you value it, I mean, it's worth more than $20. Like, the knowledge I have to give you and stuff. And not one person did it. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's a great idea, great idea," But the thing is I find that people are not motivated to do anything. I've offered to give my best friends. I've offered to show them how to do mines, how to make money on mines. I've like, they literally have all the time in the world. Some people I grew up with. Not one person has taken me up on it. Not one person has taken like any initiative, even in the business out here, like it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. People just don't really like. They don't have a drive, dude. I have that tiger inside me. I'm always hustling.
Okay. But do they have Facebook? They have Instagram?
All these fuckers have Facebook. They're sucked into Facebook so hard. And it's
Okay.
like just getting them to click the link, just getting them to come over to Minds
Right.
is like,
I'd love to have freaking comments on my freaking stuff. I don't care about any of that. If somebody would at least make a comment on mine, I'd be happy. I'm starting to get it now that my friend John came over, you know, and he's reminding and making comments. But like, me and him's been networking for freaking years, so we kind of have an understanding. You know what I mean? I do his shit, he does mine. But like on mines, man, it's like you're in the middle of a freaking barren desert, man. Nobody wants to freaking comment. They don't want to remind. They'll give you a thumbs up. That's it.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
if
So
you
what
look
is
near the top
who's
of
what
my
is your
profile?
Sorry, go ahead.
what was that, Dave?
If you'll look near the top of my profile, and I haven't updated it recently, I have a pinned post called Good Citizens of Minds. And I have different categories of people in there. But basically, the best way to get on that list is to interact with me.
Yeah.
And I it's basically a yellow pages of people who will comment on your stuff, is what
Yeah.
it boils down to.
Yeah.
And each time I post one, I post a link to the old version, and people do fall off of it. So, and I add new people as I go, and basically the best way to do it to get there is to interact.
Yeah.
And I've gotten those have been some of my most popular posts since I've been on there. That and my little autobiography, which needs to update, but that's not happening until some things change in my life.
Yeah. That's actually a good idea. They do that on what is that, Patreon? At the end of it, they'll freaking at their videos and stuff. They'll thank people for donating or being a part of their or joining their Patreon and stuff. And that's actually smart.
I had one of those posts myself, and I accidentally pinned too many posts, and because I literally post way too much, I could not find. I couldn't find it. I was scrolling for hours and I could not find the post.
I found
I gotta
secret
remake
to that.
it.
I found
Why
the
don't you
secret to that, Moose.
Search for it.
What's the secret?
Go into your profile and put it in the about me. Like that's where I put my schedule. So if people freaking go and they see my profile, they'll see my schedule and everything that I do on there. So
Okay.
and then it's a lot. It's better for me because like if you notice, I do a lot of posts, and when I go down that list of what I have to do on what day, I can keep track of it. It's
Thank
just
you.
really helpful. Because like I post a lot of shit, and I've actually slowed down. I was doing like 8 posts a day for 6 months.
Dude, I do a lot. I do a ton of posts. And I don't know. It's just because I generate so many images every day, and like I really don't know what people like on Minds. Like I literally don't know what people like. They just click on shit and they don't interact. So I never really know like what they like about it unless it's a hot chick. If it's a hot chick, they're like, "Oh, I'd bang that girl," or "Oh, that girl's hot," Like that's how I get people to interact with me is posting like women.
Clickbait.
I do that
It's
to
clickbait.
Kendra.
No, are you prepared for Jehovah's Return? You put a hot chick on something like that and then have
I do that with chemtrail
Are
all the
you
time.
ready for the return of God now?
Like chemtrail. I don't know if you guys ever watched him on the freaking Minds, but like he like posts some of the hottest chicks on freaking there, dude. I've seen hot chicks on mine, dude, but he like hits it right on the freaking nose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, I know that, dude. I know that chick.
I've had to unfollow him because I scroll Minds at work, and he's crossed over the line of what I can have on my screen.
Yep.
So I've actually, even though I really like following the guy, I've had to unfollow him for my own
Mental
security.
But he doesn't use the NSFW tag on his post.
Not always.
Nah,
He might now.
he doesn't. And my wife's walked in and she's like,
Oh,
"Whoa!"
man.
Like, what
Okay.
the fuck? He's a trip. He's a crazy old man, dude. I'm like, fuck.
I
Yeah.
just follow the political stuff.
All the political stuff.
The
just-
political stuff, the conscious stuff, the stuff that's gonna, yeah. Unless you guys got some guys in some speedos, you know, that might be more my speedo. You know, like you know.
I mean, I can
lift
generate
bodies.
that, but I don't want
No,
to.
I don't want an AI
I
version.
can put myself in a
I'll-
Speedo, but you'd
Well,
never come back.
Let's test that theory. I am subscribed to you, so let's test that theory.
Oh,
Let you-
Robot, he was on here, man. If he was
Oh,
on
now if
here in
Robot
a
was on here,
thong,
hands down, that would have been
she,
right up my speedo.
she even put the video on so that he could see what she looks like. Whenever
That
we
is
were all
not
three on there.
why I did
Yeah.
not do that.
I was like, oh hell no!
I
was like-
put me on blast. We're live now, just so you know. You want me to come back tomorrow?
I gave you guys 2 accounts down there in the chat, Lady Red and John G. And if you interact with those 2 every day, like those are 2 of the people that when she left the platform for like a week, like my engagement dropped dramatically because she's like, when she reminds one of your things, like people like it.
And whenever
Yeah, Lady Red is pretty popular.
I've seen her on here, I go by her. I usually, whenever I do it, I go by like everybody who subscribed to me, and I'm subscribed to them, and like they're regularly active on my notifications. Like if they notify me that they've liked something, I'll usually return the thing, but then I'll go into the timeline and kind of double check, see if there's some stuff I can check off, and she's always on there.
Oh wow, Lady Red is even a pro, huh?
Yeah, she's a big dog.
Cool.
That's what I call them.
She says she likes it. She says she's doing okay. I've asked her a couple questions, and she's never been like unhappy with what she's getting.
No, I would be willing to do the pro, but like for me, I'm kind of old school on like the whole business thing. Like, you know, when I invest something, I don't just want to make my money back. A good investment should at least pay you back 2, maybe 3 times the amount you put into it. You know, so if I'm investing $60 a year, I'd like to make at least 80 or $180 back. You know what I mean? And that's like old school ethics right there.
I think you can, though. I know you can.
Well, I know I can. I know now that you can do it. You know, but I know on Minds Plus that you can do it. So
But one thing that confuses me is if you go to the Minds Pro page right now, it says that you can get paid in Ethereum, Bitcoin, cash, or tokens. And then it also says how you still get a website. And so I'm confused because they told me that you weren't going to get a website, and that's what I bought it for.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that we have to like push them to get clarity on, because if they're going to change everything to affiliate marketing, it's going to be an MLM. It's going to be a pyramid scheme. And if you guys like, if they don't clarify things and they're not really giving what they're offering, we're going to be basically bad faith actors.
Right.
Don't get me started on that. I told Tan